This is Rockslapping Champions. Player 1, playing Mengsk. We have Bat Gold. And player 2, playing Dehaka. We have Kagayega. So let's have a look at the masteries while the players get set up. Mengsk is a level 89 Ascension player, so pretty much done with their mastery leveling. They're just one level away to be done. And pretty much we have even splits into the Conscript support, Royal Guard support, 30 points into the Royal Guard cost, and then a 15-14 split into the Story Mandate Royal Guard experience mastery there. Generally, you want to pick one or the other. It really depends on what your plan is, or what your gameplay strategy is. You can see that Dehaka is a non-mastery commander, so he still does not have his mastery points, which means that Dehaka is a significantly weaker commander than you'd expect him to be. But already, he is slapping away at these zealots and not at these rocks, which is actually really good. And he wants to try and continue the leveling process. So, Mengsk continuing to build up some more of the conscripts to continue and build up his economy. We already have Dehaka taking his 2 extractors, and he also has a primal warden out already. And you can see just Dehaka is jumping along and farming that essence. He needs to get the essence maxed out. And one of the difficult things about Dehaka is before he gets his double skill point at the start, leveling Dehaka is very difficult at sub-mastery level. So what he's doing is actually very difficult to do effectively, and you can see just Dehaka is he's doing his best, and he is getting a little bit of value for his Dehaka. That is the most important thing when you are playing non-master commanders. Just playing them as efficiently as possible, just going to farm as much essence as he can. We can see the Mengsk already has built his refinery here, and he will be saturating the refinery very quickly. And we now have a Glevix Den out for our Dehaka player. And Dehaka is already getting ready to engage that attack wave, and he's going to be pushing into the small enemy camp and just picking up whatever essence that he has available still to him. There's one last stalker as well, and that is pretty much the small enemy camp done. And now we have just an army of zealots. The enemy composition is Fleet of the Matriarch, which means that it is primarily an air composition. It does give Dehaka a little bit of problems in the early stages of the game because he doesn't really have that much anti-air, but once he gets his Mulisks out, he should be fine. Mengsk, on the other hand, is continuing to macro up, and still no expansion as well for Mengsk. So he's sitting at 55 mandate right now, and still no bunker expand as well. Just one bunker put down at the start of the game. He had the mandate to do so as well, would have allowed him to clear those rocks and actually take his expansion, but he hasn't actually done that. And he's just going to be putting down some more bunkers just right here and randomly as well. We have, has he queued up all those bunkers on that one SCV? And now he's putting down 2 command centers as well. What is going on? I guess he's using his minerals, but yeah, he's queued up. I think this SCV is basically queued up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 600 minerals have been tied up with that one SCV, and there was basically another 400 minerals there. He has basically locked 1,000 minerals from his economy just because he's queued up all that, and he's put down a 4th command center there, and he's basically left his ally to go and deal with the attack waves and stuff himself, which is again really interesting. Still no expand as well, so I'm not really sure what the plan is. As far as Mengsk is concerned, he does not have an army unit out as well, and he is getting his orbital troop bonus upgrade, and he's getting his bunker upgrade as well. So I am actually kind of confused at what his plan is, but he has locked so many minerals right now into that queued up set. Yes, 2 command centers are queued up for that one SCV, locking up 800 minerals, and now we have a bunch of troopers that are there, and we're just basically sitting over here, just cracking the whip, making sure these laborers are going to continue doing their mining routine. And these people are just watching over these miners as they work really hard to continue mining those minerals for Mengsk. And now we have, what is he building? We have a factory coming out. We have a Ghost Academy that is randomly queued up as well after this guy completes the factory for some reason. And now we have a bunch of troopers that are moving towards these rocks here and to try and clear them. So why this was not done earlier, I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, he could have just basically dropped these 2 like a bunker down and he would have cleared that out, but Now he decides to use his Zergaldan to help his Dehaka ally take the bonus objective. But this thing is basically sitting there idle, not doing anything. And at least he has a command center that he can actually float over right now, so that won't be too bad. And we have a Glevic as well as being used a little bit inefficiently, unfortunately, to deal with this. I was not watching where Dehaka uses Glevic. I think he shot his Glevic through here. I'm not really sure, but these troopers now will end up clearing out these rocks, so this thing can float over right now. He's not gonna float that over, is he? He's gonna build one right from scratch. Take your bets, guys. Do you think he's gonna take it from scratch, or he's gonna build one from scratch, or is he gonna queue it up, or he's gonna float one over? Take your bets. Post in the comments, and then you can compare when you know what happens next. We have a guy who is indeed going to build the thing from scratch instead of floating one of the 2 extra command centers, or enlistment centers they are called, over. And he's probably queued up that on these 2. Yeah, he has. He's definitely queued that up. Okay, I guess more power to him. He's now sent his troopers to get completely sliced and diced by these zealots. That one zealot actually does end up, the rest of these scouts are like, nope, we are just gonna clean you guys up right now. So far, a total of 16 of these laborers have died. These guys are actually ending up surviving a little bit, and Dehaka is actually tanking a good chunk of his army, so he's gonna be okay and gonna be just jumping around, just making sure that they're not getting wiped. And now we have a bunch of Corsairs and a lot of these scouts. And these scouts do actually a good amount of damage, especially if you have your squishy units like your laborers that are not inside the bunkers. But this harvesting bot, I think, will end up surviving as well. Morvar, unfortunately, does not have access to her aerial burst stacks upgrade. Yeah, she does not have aerial burst stacks, which means these guys are actually not going to be doing very much. Morvar is going to be sitting there looking a little bit silly, unable to do anything versus these scouts and these Corsairs. And now there's an attack wave on the way, and this one laborer is just queued up and good to go with the rest of his stuff. And what is Mengsk building right now? He's basically built everything but the kitchen sink. He has an armory coming down, and let me guess, this thing is queued up on this guy, isn't it? Of course it is. Of course it is. Well, at least Mengsk has a good project plan. He does have queued up projects and he's good to go. And now we have a bunch of Hydralisks as well. We have a Ghost and a Marauder out for Mengsk, which is somewhat of a change because I thought Mengsk was going for a pacifist build. Oh, he actually has 2 Marauders out. And these guys are going to be moving towards the one Corsair there that is causing a few problems. And now there are a bunch of Mulisks as well. These Mulisks now are going to be ready to gobble up the rest of this. Dehaka actually has now his Slicing Glaive upgrade, and that one makes Mulisk so much stronger. One random bunker still sitting here, still unloaded, and now we have a Doctrine out because Dehaka has to go and clear this thing pretty much solo while his ally is just doing some random stuff. There's a Marauder and a Ghost here, and I think the Marauder will be able to handle this as long as he does not take too much damage. Again, that shield pushes that back, and now there is an Immortal dealing a lot of damage to one Ghost and to one Marauder, and that Zealot ends up cutting up that one Marauder. That was a rank 2 Marauder, completely killed off by a bunch of Zealots due to lack of micro, and there is now a Zergaldan just a moment too late. Unfortunately, that would have been able to save the rest of, or at least Mengsk's one Marauder that ended up dying to those Zealots. And now these Zerglings are just going to jump right into a bunch of scouts and end up getting wiped. This bunker may actually end up avoiding that harass wave that is moving towards the bot, so that'll be okay. But Mengsk does not really have much of an army yet. His one Ghost? His Ghost died as well. I don't know how the Ghost ended up dying, but it did end up going down. And now all that is left is for Mengsk and his one Marauder to try and soak up the rest of this attack wave. But this is an air attack wave, and he has Marauders added to the mix here. What is Mengsk producing? He has a fusion core out, of course he has, and he's getting Viking upgrades, which is good. This is the Viking upgrade, right? Oh, this is the Shock Division and Siege mode to shoot from air, which is probably the last upgrade you want to get here because that is not really a good anti-air solution. It has good amounts of splash damage, but a lot better solutions there for Mengsk, especially because he's flowing a lot of minerals here. He can actually give these guys some rockets and he'll be fine, but We do have a 3-star Marauder right now, and he wants to push into this base. I'm not sure if that would be a wise idea. There is another attack wave that is also coming up, or sorry, a harass wave that's coming up here. And now these Corsairs have casted their disruption webs, and these guys are unable to fight back. And he drops a bunker right into the middle of the disruption web as it is about to expire. And now the Haka jumps in as well to help his ally. But now there is another harass wave that is making its way towards the harvesting bot, and Mengsk is basically just chilling over here doing nothing. There's a Glevik call down here just to draw aggro away from this harvesting bot while the Haka's army jumps into position. This one Marauder is basically chilling right here, doing nothing so far. Mengsk is he's getting all the upgrades, isn't he? He's getting the shock division upgrade. I think he's basically queued up everything here. This one is going to be the upgrade that is basically the smart servos upgrade for him. Yeah, that's a smart servos upgrade, and he's getting the incapacitator shells, and then he's also getting the tactical missile upgrade for his ghosts, which is again interesting because he doesn't really have a ghost on the field. He's actually not producing any royal guards. He's producing troopers, and I am so confused. He's getting medevac upgrades here now for his... Yeah, he's basically queued up every single upgrade, everything but the kitchen sink. He wants to make sure that he's well equipped, but unfortunately his troopers are not well equipped, and these guys are actually not really doing anything. Okay, these guys have unloaded now from the bunker. They're just going to be having a look around, and the Haka will have to go and deal with the rest of this attack wave by himself. A lot of these mules in the red, and he's trying to get out of the way before bad stuff happens. So did the Haka actually die in the process? Yeah, he probably ended up dying to deal with that attack wave. Those mules do also end up getting caught. Mengsk just chilling over here, just, you know, having a chat, having a field guide, information, little pep talk, telling them what to do and what not to do. So his Marauder is like, okay, so step 1, make sure you do not die, because dying is bad, and living, not as bad. And we now have a bunch of hybrids that are knocking at the Haka's doors, but the Haka is now ready to go, and his army mulist with a few hydralisks as well on the back line. They're able to clean up this attack wave with no assistance from Mengsk right now, and Mengsk is still... What is... Mengsk is just researching up. Okay, he's getting the Pride of Augustgrad right now, and now he's getting his Amplified Airwaves upgrade to double the amount of Imperial support that these Imperial Witnesses does. But there are no Imperial Witnesses. What is going on? There are no Imperial Witnesses for Mengsk, and he's getting that upgrade. He's getting all the upgrades. Get the upgrades, get all the upgrades, get them again. And that is pretty much the Haka now moving forward, and he's gonna end up steamrolling Amon's base. And Mengsk is moving... Okay, at least he's moving in the right direction now. So Mengsk wants to get his army of 1 Marauder. I think he has only 1 Marauder? He has only 1 Marauder in that army, and he has 2 random bunkers that are not loaded at all. And now his guys are just gonna be sitting near this Terrazine geyser, sniffing some Terrazine, having a good time, while their ally suffers throughout the course of this mission. A few more now mules being made. You can see the Haka just starting to just climb up in terms of power level, and now the first attack wave has spawned. Where is these guys going? Okay, these scouts and these Corsairs ended up aggroing some of these guys, but that is basically fine because the Haka is in position to save his ally. And where is this Marauder? This Marauder now is completely maxed out and good to go. He's gonna go for the bonus objective, isn't he? That bonus objective is very, very appealing for people for some very weird reason. People just want to go for the bonus objective, and this is... I can't believe he even thinks that this is a good idea, and he's just going to charge in with his Zerg call down, which is, I guess, okay. I kind of forgot he had the Zerg call down available to him, but again, there are a bunch of invisible units, and he does not have a detector. That 1 Marauder just gets blasted and completely wiped, and now these troopers also stand no chance against the hybrid, and these hybrids are like, okay, I guess I'll eat you guys for a bit of a snack. And that is pretty much the end of his units over there. And now there is a Pride of Augustgrad, and this Pride of Augustgrad is like, let me show you how to do it. Few more troopers over here just getting caught out by a harass wave. Pride of Augustgrad kind of confused as to where to go, wants to go to deal with this attack wave right now. And he's going to auto attack. Is he going to Yamato? Yamato would be really good here. If he gets a triple Yamato out, he might be able to wipe out this entire attack wave. But no, he is not going to do that. He's just going to keep auto attacking with his units. And yeah, he basically has 8 troopers and 1... Oh, he's added a Thor to the mix as well now, or a Black Hammer, or whatever it's called. Odin. a big walking robot thing he has added to his army, and now he has a bunch of Dominion troopers that are going to be charging to get to avenge their fallen brothers in battle, but Amon is having none of it, and now this Pride of Augustgrad is not even going to... Is he going to be using a Yamato cannon or anything of that matter? Nope, it's just going to get plasma blasted and focused down by a bunch of Void Rays. There's a rank 3 Pride of Augustgrad, and now there's a bunker drop right into the middle of this, and this is not going to end well for any of the guys that are there. And they are just wondering how they ended up getting conscripted into that very unfortunate situation. And now there is this one Black Hammer that also wants to avenge the fallen Royal Guard. And again, what is available for me? Mengsk is sitting at 4 troopers and 2 of these Thors. Is the other guy? Where's the other Thor? This Thor is sitting over here right now. He's unranked. And now this guy is ready to try and push in. He's definitely gonna push in. I know that because people are they're very persistent when it comes to bonus objectives here. There's a Glevik being used as well. I think this bonus objective might also end up timing out because Mengsk triggered it a little bit too early. Mengsk is not pushing in though.
Are under attack.
I think he's waiting for a few more troopers to get into position. Yep, there are a bunch of troopers over here, and they are going to be accompanying their big buddy Black Hammer. And now they're going to start pushing in. The Black Hammer armed with a... It's not 36 troopers. It's maybe about 10 to 15 troopers right now. And that one hybrid is just right on the front there and is just dealing so much damage. Ends up pretty much wiping out these troopers here. And now the rest is left to this Thor to deal with, or this Black Hammer. And again, another Plasma Blast, and that Thor ends up going down as well. The Black Hammer, whatever it's called. Please do not yell at me on the chat. And now we have another Black Hammer that is moving in with some more troopers, and they just want to try and get that bonus objective. And again, lots of troopers over here, and eventually they're actually going to win this battle through just attrition. But so many resources were lost here. And again, there's the photon can there, and that is pretty much the objective timed out. And all that is left now is that Black Hammer to try and deal with this. I think he might actually end up clearing this out. I don't know if he wants to... Oh, he does want to push in. And he's going to start pushing in. Again, there's a bunch of Immortals here. Photon cannons, Mothership, all focusing onto that one Black Hammer. That Hybrid Dominator has a Plasma Blast and ends up killing off that one Black Hammer as well. There's another one here. Is this one also going to go through to the bonus objective that is expired? Is that actually going to happen? It can't possibly happen, right? I think he set a rally point over there because he just wants to keep pushing. Black Hammer is basically chilling right now, looking at the weapons have fallen, taking a look at the dead whale that is over there that Mengsk has triggered. And Mengsk has realized that he is done with being inhumane towards his troopers and his Royal Guard and the one whale that was triggered a little bit early. And he has lost so much right now. He has lost... Well, he's not lost a lot of dudes here, but that was basically pretty much all of his army. He's sitting at 1,200 gas right now. He's at 30 out of 15 workers here, and 47 out of 21 here. All these guys are basically just chilling, really doing nothing here. And what is going on over here? We now have the first Imperial Witness that I have been able to find on this map. And what has been... Okay, so all these armies now are going to end up combining, and when their powers combine, they are Captain Mengsk. There's another attack wave that is coming up here, and this attack wave is probably going to just ignore this Thor because they're not really going to be doing anything much here, because this attack wave just wants to go and try and attack this one harvesting bot here. And Mengsk is just going to be pushing in this location with a bunch of with Battlecruiser and one of these Black Hammers. He'll end up clearing that out as long as an attack wave doesn't end up spawning on top of him. I think the attack waves will not end up spawning on top of him because this might be a slightly different pattern. We'll see where his army chooses to go here. He may want to choose to engage this wave as well. He's trying to get into position. He has mostly anti-ground. He doesn't really have any anti-air. And you can see how much he's going to end up struggling against the carriers over here. But now he wants to actually end up pushing into Amon's... Is he going to end up pushing into Amon's base right now? Yep, he wants to push into Amon's base. He wants to have revenge. He wants to get revenge against Amon for taking out that one whale, and there are a lot of storms here, and that's pretty much all his royal guard, pretty much completely wiped. There is one Imperial Witness here, which is not sieged up, which means it is not providing anything except being a glorified detector. And now this one medevac is taking a look around and has pretty much, okay, there are a few troopers here left to heal, but again, this part of August Grant and this one Black Hammer, they will end up pushing into Amon's base, leaving the Haka completely to fend for himself over here. And now just a bunch of, yeah, he's just continuing to push in and just completely ignoring everything else here. He does not seem to be interested in dealing with Amon anymore. He wants to take out Amon's base here and pad his kill count, but the Haka's been doing a good job at like handling. This is basically the Haka solo of this mission, and it's part of August Grad pretty much completely ranked up now and maxed out. And yeah, now there is the attack wave, I believe, spawning, and this is going to be a reasonably large attack wave, but Mengsk does not know that such an attack wave has spawned, because Mengsk is not dealing with the attack wave. And now there's another harass wave as well that's coming up. The Haka having a slugfest right in the middle of this mission, and he seems to be okay here. Yeah, he's handling this pretty well. There's a Glevic as well that's been used just deal with some extra damage up, and now all he has to do is engage the last attack wave here. Another attack here, but Glevic pretty much wipes it out. And there are a few more casualties here, and again, Void Ray, Colossi, and that one Colossus just killing off some more of these troopers. And I think that Imperial Witness also ended up dying off somewhere, and now some more storms right on top of there, just to add some extra cream to the crop here. And this one Pride of August Grad also taking so much damage right now from these Void Rays, and now the Haka comes in to help his ally out, but his ally has lost 200 troopers, one Imperial Witness, one Medevac, two Black Hammers, one Pride of August Grad, one Ghost, and he also has pretty much every single upgrade that has been added to Mengsk, and that is all of the Vespine or the Terrazine harvesting bots done. That is GG.